Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. Today is going to be a much more relaxed and settled stream because I've had a very busy day and I'm kind of sleepy. I kind of considered doing art fight. So if you don't know, um, art fight is a thing. An art fight happens during the month of July, and like you go into like thematic teams and attack each other with art pieces and like draw people's characters and stuff, and you get points for attacks and everything. And it's a lot of fun, and I think this is my third year doing it, and I love it so much. And like I didn't really know what to stream today, so I was kind of considering streaming art fight attacks, like me drawing them. But then I was like, I don't know if I want to do that because I like the art being a surprise, you know? So I don't want to like post the art. Like I want the art to be a surprise. Um, so I ended up deciding not to do that. But then I was like, well, I don't know what to do because like the last three streams have all been me world building on live, and like I don't want to do the same thing over and over. So like I don't know what to stream. And then I sat down and I played D&D for the first time again today. Well, not like the first time, but like it's been roughly a month at this point since I've played. So I was super excited. So I did that, and then afterwards I was just tired because I've been out all day because I had to had to drive this morning and I had to go to a doctor's appointment and then I had to run some errands with some family. And then I came home and I played D&D and then I was tired and I'm still tired. So I was like, okay, how about we haven't done like just sit down and chill stream since like the one I did where I talked about Sonic for way too long. Um, so let's do that. So that's what today is. Today is just gonna be like a little chill and talk about whatever we want stream. And if you have specific things you want to hear me talk about, then you can send them in chat. And we can talk about the things that you'll all want to talk about. Because I guarantee you I will run out of things to think about um very fast. Not very fast, but like maybe very fast, you know? I might run out of them very fast. But so yeah, art fight is a thing. If you don't do art, that's very valid. But if you do art, I always recommend art fight because it's super chill and you can like friendly fire people and it's a very nice opportunity to like get art and give art and just have fun. If my stream lags really bad this time, I'm very sorry. I think my computer is tired. So after this, I might let my computer take a nap. um but so art fight's been fun so far. Like it only started today, but you know, some people prep in advance and just like make sure they know who they're attacking. And like I have a whole list of people to attack and characters to draw. And like there's never any pressure to do a certain amount. There's like a competitive element to it, but there's never any pressure to like be the winner, you know? It's very chill and it's very nice to mess around with and have fun with. I did want to have a segment at some point be about talking about video ideas. Um because I have a video like set up and planned roughly, I guess. Right now I'm just trying to like finish animating an intro and outro and all of that stuff so that it'd be easier to set up and everything. So that's what I've been doing lately, is just trying to get those things done, but I'm kind of a slow worker, especially when it comes to animation right now, just because animation can be very long and like it's very time consuming. If you didn't know, animation is very time consuming. So I've been trying to do that. I have like the bare bones of the intro finished, and I think I have an idea for the outro, but right now I just need to like actually finish animating and editing them, and then I can properly like sit down and record and do all of that stuff. But I want to have a time where like I sit down and I come up with other video ideas, because in my Discord server I already have some put down because we voted on them. So I have some on Discord already like set up. I just need to put them on a list because I have other video ideas too, because I want to also do gaming, but I really need a game card first so that I can like put the games that I play on my computer screen. So I want to do that, but game cards are like $300, dude. And I'm saving up for a million different things, and a game card and a microphone are both one of those things. So it's a little difficult, but it's fine. Oh, also, I know it's really hard to see because no one's used the chat yet, but I did fix the chat box on Streamlabs. If you're new, I couldn't get my chat box to connect to my Streamlabs setup, and so it just wouldn't show. But I looked it up, and it's like the CAPTCHA or whatever, like the I don't know what it is, but it's like the thing that says that it's usable expired. So all you have to do is like go into your thing, go into Streamlabs, log out, log back in, and that resets it, and then like reconnects it, and it worked. So hopefully, hopefully, if the chat gets used, we'll be able to see it on the screen. because I finally fixed that. Today might also be a short stream just because I got a headache coming on like right before the stream. I took some pain meds, so I'm gonna give those a minute to like settle in and ease my brain. Also, ADHD, I have it. I'll change topics for no reason like 10 times. Yeah. I really need to start when I upload the VODs. When I first started uploading the VODs, I like split them into segments and organized them. It was like, here's just the intro, and then here's me doing X activity, and here's me talking about X topic. But then I stopped doing that because I was like, I just want to upload the VOD because I have other stuff on my list that I have to get done today. But I really want to start doing that again. It just takes time and energy to do. So I'm just like, I don't know. But well, the thing is that I want to like hire my boyfriend as like a more involved mod slash like editor, I guess. I don't know. I like the idea of giving people I care about like tasks that I can reward them for, and it's mainly that I want to reward them for doing it. And we've talked about it before, like him being a mod, it's just that his internet is awful and makes the stream lag really bad on his end, so he can never really watch the streams. But he's like in my Discord server and stuff, so I wanna find more tasks for him to do. I just have to update everything and all of my stuff. It's like today I finally finished updating my Toy House profile. Finally. But I still need to update all my other junk, including like all of my other like social media platforms, because my Twitch isn't updated. If you scroll down, all of the stuff beneath this stream on Twitch, all of that outdated. None of it is like up to par for my current mascot. I need to update all of it. And I need to sit down and make myself do it. But today is not the day that I'm going to sit down and make myself do it, unfortunately. I made that executive decision that today is not the day I'll sit down and do it. But it will be eventually. I have to do it eventually. But yeah, because like back to the game card thing that I was talking once again, I'll change the topic 10 different times. It'll be fun. It's fine. I really want to get a game card, but they're like over $300, but I really want to get one so I can like stream the games that I play. And I also like need a better computer for streaming games is the other thing, which I talked about in my last stream, because I do not have a great computer for games, which is why like last time we tried to play when we tried to play Sims, my computer crashed like 3 times. So we ended up having to just leave it. And like it kind of worked for Dream Daddy when I was playing Dream Daddy, but it still was so inconsistent with like lagging really bad, and like it was lagging really bad, and then it would crash every now and then. It was a lot better with Dream Daddy, but it was still not great. So like I don't want to get a game card and try to stream games and then it fail miserably until I can get like a full gaming computer, and then like I spent $300 for a thing that's just gonna sit unused for a bit. But I mean, like, I guess I could still justify it and be like, well, now I have it and now I don't have to pay for another game card because I have the game card, I just need the laptop now. Because like I play Hades and I really wanted to stream it, and I think a while ago I had to plan to stream it, and then I realized that I needed a game card to stream it, so I was like, oh damn, okay, guess I can't stream it, but that's fine. I still want to stream it in the future. I still need to, but you know, I'll figure out a way. I just need to get a game card, and right now I'm trying to get more hours at my like real life job because I stream in my free time. I stream on Fridays and then sometimes Sundays, depending on my energy level and my time. I won't be streaming this Sunday though, because my boyfriend and I's 1-year anniversary is this Sunday and Monday, because we live in 2 different time zones, and it was like one day for us when we got together, but the other person was the other day. So like we just have a 2-day anniversary, and it makes me very happy, and I think it's really cute. But so I won't be streaming on Sunday because of that, because I'll work Sunday morning, and then I'm gonna come home and celebrate with my boyfriend for a bit. So I won't be streaming this Sunday, and I don't know if I'm gonna stream next Sunday. I have not decided, but I won't be streaming this Sunday. But sometimes I stream Sunday. It's very selective. I will probably only stream Fridays when I'm back on campus, depending. I think last time I was on campus, I streamed on like Thursdays and Tuesdays and Fridays, I think, something like that. So I don't think that I'll stream twice a week when I go back on campus this semester. I might like stream sporadically and have like random streams when I have the energy aside from scheduled streams. But right now, I think I'll only like commit to 1 day a week for when I go back to college, just to make it a little easier on myself, because I do have a bunch of stuff that I do, because college be a lot. But yeah, I really want to get a game card so I can like stream Animal Crossing and Hades and all of that jazz, and I think it's fun. Oh, another thing that I should consider doing again on stream that I like haven't done in a hot minute is reading on stream. I think at one point I got scared. I think one of the reasons why I stopped was partially because I got worried that that I was getting copyright claims because I was reading material, and that kind of freaks me out. Is that I'm like, well, I don't want to like get in trouble for reading something out loud, but I really like reading on stream. I think that if I read again on stream, I'd have to like read something consistently, because last time I read on stream, it was mostly like I was reading those things for homework because I had homework to do. So I was like, oh, well, like, let me just stream me doing my homework and, uh, monetize the things I do, because why not? And it was fun. It was definitely fun. It felt nice to be able to stream while I did homework. So I might do that. I might do that this semester and stream more. Hello, Anthrofiend. Greetings. I know it's been a minute since you've been able to come. I missed you, but I'm glad you're able to join. It's so happy to see you. Everyone, this is Anthrofiend. They have an amazing horror YouTube channel. I go to college with them. He and I are going to be roommates next year, but if you haven't, you should go check out their YouTube channel. I will absolutely include the link in the description of this VOD video, just because it's been a minute since I've seen them in chat, and I would like to celebrate that. They recently put out a LGBTQ plus horror video, and I think it's really nice and fun. They do very good commentary stuff, and they also do music things, and their music is really good. But thank you for coming, Anthrofiend. It's always a pleasure to have you in the chat. But right now I'm just kind of rambling about streaming stuff and things to do on stream, cause like I don't want to get into a thing where I feel like it's repetitive. And what I was talking about when you joined was I was talking about how this last academic year, when I streamed twice a week, I would sometimes stream me doing homework, where I was like, oh, well, like, let's monetize the things I do, because, why not? And it helped. Like, it was nice to be able to, like, sit down and read out loud and then ramble about the assignments I had to do on stream. And, like, have that kind of conversation going on. It was nice. And we were talking about, like, I really want to be able to get a game card so I can stream video games and stuff, but those are like over $300, so that's a little difficult to do. But I lost my train of thought. So well, thank you. I had a great time making the LGBTQ plus horror video. Yes, I'm glad. But I really want to stream video games, because I want to be able to stream, like, because I have streamed games, but like Dream Daddy was the only one that's been successful so far, because I guess it's like just barely enough that my computer can handle it, but at the same time can't, because my streams would still crash. That sounds nice. I enjoy reading out loud quite a bit. Yeah, it was really fun to be able to like read out loud on stream, and I think I want to do that again sometime and read out loud. I'll just have to like pick a book to consistently read on stream. Um, but I don't know. I'm just trying to think. I have like some ideas for future videos. Took me a minute. Because I have some ideas for future videos to do on my YouTube channel. Because I know I want to do a Sims video because streaming Sims didn't work and I still really enjoy playing it. So I would still love to have a YouTube video about it. Um, I want to have YouTube videos for games in general because I think that stuff is fun. Um, and then like I want to make videos for all the stuff that we voted on in the Discord server because I don't know. I want to like test. I want to like dip my foot in each of the waters and see which ones I prefer making. Because if I want to make videos and stuff, then I want to like experiment and find which ones that I like, which ones I enjoy making most. But today's stream is just gonna be like this chill, chit-chatty format where we just talk and vibe. I was playing Hades earlier today, and I think that if I started to stream it, I would restart the entire thing. And like I don't particularly mind doing that because for me, it's not necessarily a growth game where it's like I need this so bad and I can't restart because then I've lost all of this serious progress. It kind of has that format, but for me, I focus a lot more on like the dungeon slaying aspect and the character aspect because I love the characters. So I'd have no problem restarting that. I think if I streamed any game, I'd restart it. I think if I started streaming any game, I would absolutely restart it just to like get me on a clean slate. And that includes Animal Crossing. That's just because I'm really picky with Animal Crossing. There's a public domain book you could totally read that. I read all of Carmilla and segments on my channel, plus some Edgar Allan Poe stuff. That's fair. That's fair. I think that would be really good because, yeah, that was one of the things that I mentioned earlier is that, like, there's a fear of, like, getting copyright for reading books on stream and stuff and, like, posting VODs of it because there are copyright books. But public domain books, yeah, I could definitely do that. And reading my own work. I don't know about reading my own work, though. I'd get anxious about that. I would get anxious about that. That would make me anxious. But it's definitely an option, though. It's definitely something that I could look into and experiment with and see what the vibe is. But, yeah. I'm just chilling. And I really want to figure out what I want to do next, I guess, theoretically. I have like a Google Doc that has a to-do list of all of the things that I need to do for streaming and videos and all of my social media stuff. So I need to work on that to-do list and like finish checking things off. But that takes energy. And once more, I said it earlier, but it's probably not going to be a today thing. It might be like a tomorrow thing or a next week thing, but it might not be a today thing. Today has been a long day, you know. I got up. I said this earlier in the stream, but for anybody who's just now joining, like I got up and I had to go to a doctor's appointment, and then I had to run some errands, and then I got back and I ate, and then immediately after eating I had a D&D session, and you know, it was fine. And then immediately after the D&D session I was like, I'm tired. I'm gonna like lay down and play video games and chill for a minute, and that's exactly what I did. And then like I got a headache that started coming on right before the stream started because of course it did, but it's fine. Because I'm gonna keep chilling. Sorry, one of my friends sent me a text. But so, oh, I lost my entire train of thought. ADHD brain went, woo. Please don't tell me the stream crashed. I hate my phone, guys. I'll have the stream up on my phone so I can see the chat when I'm doing things. Um, so that way I don't have to like have Streamlabs open all the time. It's super helpful when I like have it's super helpful when I'm drawing on stream, but my phone lags so bad with the stream that it just like it freaks me out because every time because sometimes like if the signal lags too bad on my phone, it'll be like watch the next stream, dismiss notify, like that type of stuff where like it's like the equivalent of what happens when a stream does end, and it freaks me out so bad every time because I'm like, no, did the stream crash? It didn't. It did not, in fact. But come on, there we go. But yeah, I don't know. Are there any requests for things to talk about today on stream? I don't know. Are there any requests for things for me to talk about? Last like chit chat stream I had with Anthrofiend present, we taught. There was a lot of Sonic talk. I don't remember. I think the Inuyasha and the Sonic one, the Sonic discussions were in the same video. Um, but it was a lot of Sonic, and then it was a lot of Inuyasha, and then I think I feel like we talked a little bit about Crimson Peak, and then I had a live stream where I drew Crimson Peak stuff. But I'm trying to think about things to talk about. I'm trying to gauge my brain, and oh, okay. You know what we're gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about a fandom that doesn't get enough representation that I am obsessed with. So there is a fandom that I am in that I crave to have more merch of because it is a series that I would any meteor. Yeah, I read your mind, Anthrophine. I read your mind. So there is a series that doesn't get enough representation, that doesn't get enough love, and it is Princess Tutu. And the name is a little weird. The name, trust me, I get it. The name's a little wonk, but it needs more merchandise. And also, I'm really upset about something the animators did. So, Princess Tutu is kind of this like obscure series and really obscure, not fan base, but like canon. um, because the manga and the anime are not similar. They have like general things that are similar, but they're not. Like they don't have the same plot. Like some of the characters that are villains in the manga aren't villains in the anime. Like it's a whole thing, and I really desperately crave the manga, and I wish there was more content for Princess Tutu. I wish so bad because just talking about it like wells up that little like ADHD gremlin inside that's like, oh my god, this is a thing I'm interested in. That just gets so excited. So I'm gonna explain Princess Tutu. So spoiler warning, if you haven't watched it and you wanted to, I'm probably gonna spoil it and talk about it really in depth first with like talk about it in the sense of what was I gonna say? Talk about it in the sense of like plot first and then talk about all my things with it. So talking about Princess Tutu. So the series is a ballet anime. It is a ballet anime that takes place in like a fantasy world, and I don't know, like, the series is obscure and it's self-aware that it's weird. I've heard good things about Princess Tutu. I think Jensen was borrowing that. Yes, the series is good. The series is good. I'm glad Jensen hopefully got a chance to watch it. So it's a ballet anime. Princess Tutu is a ballet anime. Its main character is a girl named Duck. In the Japanese version, her name quite literally, if I remember correctly, translates just to duck. So in the English dubbed version, she's just called Duck. But I think that in the Japanese version, she's called a hiru, which I think is the word for duck. I might be very stupid and wrong, but but so English version, you can find the entire English version on Amazon, the entire thing on Amazon, and it's a ballet anime. Main character is Duck. Duck is a duck, like the bird, turned into a human girl because she fell in love. and she fell in love with a prince, and she, not like a real, like, okay, it takes place at a ballet academy, that's like in an isolated city that like people wander into, and then weird things happen and they go, I can't remember that being different, so that must be real. Like it is a pocket dimension. It is quite literally like, it, to my understanding of the canon, it is a pocket dimension that people just wander into and then wander out of, aside from like the people born there and stuck there. Because as you'll realize at the end of the series, so here's where the spoilers start. As you'll realize by the end of the series, is that this is just a storybook stuck to repeat itself. Like it is a town that is controlled by one dude's writing, and he made a automated system that would just continue writing his books for him, so that the story would never end and the city would just continue to like be its own pocket dimension, which so obscure. It's so weird. So we have Duck, who is a duck turned into a girl because she fell in love with a boy named Mutho, who turns out to be like a prince in the story. And she realized that he looked so sad and so lonely, and she was like, I'm gonna become a girl so I can make him not lonely anymore. And it's like a whole thing that you have like four main characters. This is sounding a lot like Swan Lake, but with a yes. Swan Lake is like, Princess Tutu is a tweaked version of Swan Lake. It is a really obscure and dark version of Swan Lake, but it is, you are not wrong. Swan Lake is most likely, definitely is the inspiration for Princess Tutu, because Duck turns into girl to communicate love and make this boy happy, but she's doomed that if she ever like confesses her love for him or something, she'll like disappear forever. So she becomes a girl at this ballet academy and because she's a bird turned human, she doesn't know how to function, so she's really clumsy and really awkward and really bad at anything social, and like bad at being a human being because she's a bird. So she is a ballet student at this academy, and she has this big old cute crush on a boy named Mutho, who is monotone and dead inside. Now the deal with Mutho, so this entire town is a storybook that's forever doomed to repeat. And the story of the storybook is that you have Princess Tutu, the prince, the crow, and the knight. So, or not the crow, the raven. So there's the swan, the raven, the knight, and the prince. The swan being Princess Tutu. So Swan falls in love with Prince. Raven wants to take over the world, and the prince is like, I can't let you do that because I'm the prince and I have to protect my people. So Prince is like, let me fight you, bird. And the bird is like, the raven is like, I'm gonna eat your heart and then you won't be able to stop me. And so the prince and the raven have a throwdown, and then the knight gets involved, and the knight tries to like protect the prince and then dies in the process. And then the I don't entirely know how the story in the universe, quote unquote, ends outside of the like the way that they, I don't know. The ending changes. The ending changes because they realize they're the characters from the book, and they're like, we don't like that ending. What? No, we're changing that. But the original ending of it is that, and what makes it stuck forever to repeat, basically, is that the prince tears out his own heart to trap the raven in the book. But by doing that, he projects himself, the swan, and the knight out of the book. And then the raven is trapped within the book because he tore his own heart out to put the raven in the book. But like in the original written version of the book, when he does that, like they all team up or whatever and then defeat the raven, and then Princess Tutu confesses her love, turns into a ball of light, and then ceases to exist, because that's her destiny. She is just a bird. She is never meant to be a main character. She is meant to be a love interest, and she is meant to save the prince, confess her love, and then die. And that is meant to be Princess Tutu's story. And so Duck, not knowing that, turns into a human girl because she's a bird in love with a boy and wants to make him happy. And so we have Mutho, who is the prince. And he is the version of the prince from the previous story already reaching its quote unquote end, so his heart is gone because he used his heart to seal the bird in the book. So he has no heart. So he can't feel. He's very monotone. He's like brainwashed, quote unquote. Because he has no heart and no autonomy because he has no heart, he just kind of does whatever other people around him say to do. And he's like, okay, 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 that's what I do. And so Duck hates that for him, and it's like he should be able to smile and dance and love and be happy. Now, not everyone agrees with Duck. There are two characters who are mad at Duck for having the audacity to think that the prince should have feelings. And that is the knight, Fakir, and a character who is not originally within the book, but becomes a character because she's vulnerable and like the Raven uses her as a puppet for the story to progress. So there was a girl named Rue. Now, Rue originally is just a normal girl who just lives in this city. Like, no connection to the story initially. She's just a person. And then the Raven, still being a conscious entity despite being trapped in the book, still a conscious entity that can like affect things. So the Raven sends little minions after Rue and kidnap her when she's a baby, and then raise her to be a quote unquote Raven. But the Raven himself raises Rue with like a very intense self-hatred where he's like, you're the ugliest crow, you're the ugliest raven, only I could love you because I'm your father and I'm the only person who could ever love you. But if you help me get the prince's heart and keep his heart away from him, and if you help me trap the prince, then I can make him love you and he'll love you forever. And that's the only way you'll ever get love because you're awful and hideous. And so Rue grows up with a warped self-image because of that, and falls in love with Mutho, who is the prince. Now, there's a weird time thing that happens with that, because Mutho is, like, older than all of them, in theory. Like, way older. Like, 10 years older than all of them, but he doesn't age. So he got projected into the world after the book ended, and then Fakir, Rue, and Duck are all, like, not from the story. So when he trapped the bird in the book, he came out of the book, but no one else did. So the knight, the duck, and Rue were all just normal people who, because Mutho projected himself out of the book to save the characters in the book, now because he did that, all of them are wrapped into it. They weren't originally, they were just people. So Fakir becomes the knight, Duck becomes Princess Tutu, and Rue becomes the puppet of the Raven. And so Mutho is like, I don't know how old he is, because I don't think any of these characters have canon ages, because the series never clarifies if they're like middle schoolers, high schoolers, adults at a ballet academy. I don't know if the manga ever says it. I think I looked it up, and like Duck, when she's human, is like maybe 15, I think. But I have no idea. So Mutho is projected into the world as like already a 16-year-old or whatever. Like at minimum he's a teenager. But Fakir and Rue are both children. And so Rue meets Mutho and falls in love with him. And because she's being like manipulated and brainwashed by the Raven is like, oh, well, he's the prince, and because he's a prince, he'll never love you unless you do what I say. So Mutho just doesn't age. And everyone goes, that's normal. Because this world also has like anthropomorphic animals living among humans, and no one questions it. And it's not even anthropomorphic animals. It's animals in clothes. They're not anthropomorphic. They're just animals that are bigger and have clothes on and are sentient. So it's great. So everyone sees Mutho just gets teleported into the world, has no memories, has no emotions, and doesn't age. And they go, Okay, cool. That's normal. So Fakir and Mutho become, I guess, friends. And Fakir latches onto Mutho and is like, I'm gonna protect him because he finds out about the storybook and is like, I'm the knight. I need to protect him with my life. So Fakir also gets a warped self image and decides that he needs to protect Mutho, whatever the cost is. Even if it means him dying, he needs to protect Mutho no matter what. But he has like a fear of dying, so he's like, I'm just gonna make sure he never gets a heart, because if he never gets a heart, then he can never sacrifice a heart, and then I'll never die. so, so Rue and Fakir meet Mutho when they're like toddlers, and he's a teenager, but he doesn't age, so they become teenagers too. So Rue and Mutho, by the time Duck becomes quote unquote involved, um, because Duck, I guess, just kind of appears one day and is a part of the story. That's literally how this universe works, is that people appear and are just there. And then when they disappear, you don't remember them. Who are they? Um, so by the time that Duck becomes like involved in the story, Rue and Mutho are dating because Rue one day just went, "You're my boyfriend," and Mutho went, "Okay." And Fakir is like extremely territorial over Mutho and hates that Rue and Mutho are dating because he doesn't want Mutho to be exposed to anyone who could make him have feelings. And the only reason Fakir and Rue get along is because neither of them want him to get his heart back. But Duck is like, you all are bad people. He should be allowed to have a heart and have feelings. So I'm gonna have to watch this. I love Dance Academy settings, anyways. It is wild. I'm telling you, it's so weird. It is so weird. Once we're on campus, we can watch it together. If you want, I can get it and we can watch it together because I will rewatch this series a million times. It's so bizarre. And I realize something new every time I watch it, by the way. Um, so we have Mutho and Rue who are dating, and Fakir who is like territorially possessive, and then we have Duck who just wants this poor boy to have feelings. And then it's also a magical girl anime because Rue and Duck are magical girls who have charms that transform them into the swan and the raven, but not like bird forms, like ballerina forms. so so we proceed to have a plot that initially is just Duck wanting to give Mutho his heart back and just wanting him to feel things. But this series also gets really, really dark as Duck and all of the other characters come to understand that Mutho is on paper the only character that matters. Because Rue comes to realize that she's being brainwashed and that like people love her regardless, and like I'm gonna say it right now, Rue and Duck should have been girlfriends. I'm gonna say that right now. That would have been beautiful because Rue like realizes that people can care about her because Duck like clings to her and insists that they're friends and insists that she cares about Rue and everything, and it's really cute. It's really wholesome. And like the entire series, Duck, before finding out that Rue is a puppet for the rape, like before that, the entire time Duck is like, Miss Rue is so pretty, Miss Rue is so elegant, and they have a whole dance scene together that's very romantic, and it makes my heart happy. They should have been an endgame couple, and I'm still upset that they weren't. But so like Rue realizes that she's just a puppet, that the Raven has been using her, that she's done more harm than good for Mutho because she was doing this because she thought it was the best thing for Mutho. We could keep a list of things to watch together. Ooh, yes, because we need to finish the Carmilla web series. Once we finish the Carmilla web series, we can watch Princess Tutu. So like Rue has this like existential crisis where she realizes she's messed up, but now it's too late to go back because she has like an unhealthy dependency on Mutho. And then Duck is realizing that she has no purpose, that she's just like her whole role in this is to save Mutho and then die. And then Fakir is also realizing that that's his role too. He has no other purpose aside from save Mutho, die for the greater good of the world. And it's sad. this series is really sad. It gets dark so fast because it's a short series. I'm going to tell you right now, this series is like 12 episodes. It is 12, I think, 12 episodes if I remember correctly. And everything happens in those 12 episodes. And it happens fast. It happens so fast. Because, like, the first few episodes are just chill. And then by the end of the series, you're like, oh my god, everyone is dead. And the world's ending. And it's like, hey guys, this happened. Like, last episode, we were watching an anteater fight a duck. So what happened? And I'm not even joking. There is a character called Anteaterina who is an anteater. And she's a character. And a recurring character, too, might I add. So the series is just weird. It's a weird series. It is a weird series. And there's an artist that I follow on TikTok who, like, rarely posts, but has, like a bunch of content about Princess Tutu. And it's the only artist I've seen, like, regularly produce content of Princess Tutu. And I need more of it in my life. Which means I'll just have to draw it at some point. Because I occasionally, yes, already, I'm putting the list in my phone now. Yes, Carmilla and then Princess Tutu. And then you'll need to come up with another one, but I also want to watch Inuyasha with you. I wanna watch Inuyasha with you because I think it would be super interesting. But this series gets so dark so fast. And also, okay, now I can be angry about the thing I was angry about earlier with the animators of Princess Tutu. So there's a manga, and I think there are only 2 books in the entire manga series. I don't think that there's a bunch to it. There might be more than that. And I also don't think it follows the same plot, because once more, there are, like, characters in it that aren't villains in the anime, but are in the, like, their characteristics are just drastically different. But Rue is in one of the mangas, and in the manga, Rue is a person of color. Rue is a woman of color, and in the anime, they just took that away, and I'm so upset about it. I'm deeply upset about it, because she looks amazing, and they went, no, you don't get that. And I'm so upset about it. I'm genuinely so mad. Because they whitewashed Rue in the anime. And I get it. There are, like, some really huge differences between Princess Tutu the manga and then Princess Tutu the anime. But that's rude that they had a character that was the same in between the manga and the anime and then whitewashed her. I'm pissed about that. I'm absolutely pissed about that. Because Rue is such a beautiful design. She's so lovely, and they just took it away. They took it away. And I'm so mad about it. I'm so upset. Here, let me try to pull up the images. Okay, here's the other thing. Is that there are multiple mangas for it. And the character designs are drastically different, might I add you, for some of them. But in one of the mangas, Rue isn't a person of color. And then in another one, she is. So I need them to make up their mind. Because I'm confused. Because, like, yeah, there are, like, drastic differences between the manga and the anime. Like, drastic differences. Like, from the origins of Duck and who she gets her abilities from, to, like, the design of one of the biggest characters, and I assume much more than that. So I'm absolutely confused. I am bamboozled. Also, I just found out that there's a fan-made sequel to Princess Tutu that I absolutely need to look at after the stream is done. But, like, okay, here. I'm gonna try to share my screen and show y'all what I'm talking about and why I'm so upset. Hello. Please, there we go. Okay. So, this is the manga. Let me see if I can find And like the anime, you know, the anime, the anime, Duck, love of my life. You all probably can't see very well because of the way my stream is set up. But look at her. She's beautiful. I love her. Um, and then this manga cover is Princess Tutu Volume 2. Princess Tutu Volume 2. Rue. This is Rue. You know? This is Rue. And then the anime. The anime. That is way too small. Come on, give me Rue from the anime. Show. Okay. Here's a picture of her. Rue. Same character. Now I get that this might just be a coloring error on the manga. I understand that might be part of it because obviously, like, the colors on these characters, like Mutho and Princess Tutu, aren't right either because they're like far more saturated. But this is a different skin tone, guys. This is an entirely different skin tone. So I'm confused. And I think it would have been amazing if they had Rue be a woman of color in the series. I think that would have been great. Because in the other, like, on the other manga covers or whatever, she's still not the same skin color. I don't know. I'm very confused by it. Because how? How do you make a coloring error that is that bad? And then you got characters like Adel. This is Adel in the manga. Adel is not a villain in the anime, nor does she look like that, nor is she that character at all. Adel is an entirely different character in the anime. Like, this is her in the manga, and she is an entirely different character in the anime, and I'm real confused by that, because in the anime, this is her. This is her in the anime. And then this is her in the manga. So when I say that there are drastic differences, I mean it. That there are drastic differences. That is definitely a difference. Exactly. Hello? Streamlabs. Streamlabs is lagging real bad. Okay, there we go. I think it's back. Exactly. It is an absolute difference, and I'm still so angry about it. I'm so angry about it because I was looking on Amazon for more Princess Tutu stuff because I was like, the only place I've been able to find like things for Princess Tutu were on Etsy and Amazon, and I found that manga cover on Amazon, and I was like, that's not. Wait a minute, that's not the same character design. Exactly. I assumed the wait what is in reference to Adel. Yeah, the manga and the anime are like similar enough, I guess, to count as the same series, but also are so drastically different that you could very much make the argument that they are two different stories. So it's great. It's great. It's so fun. I love being a part of a fandom that probably doesn't have a steady canon. It's very interesting to say the least. But yeah, I just think Princess Tutu is neat, and I think it's fun. Like, I think that it's really interesting plot-wise, and like how the story is constructed. It is definitely an interesting series, and a very confusing one. Not confusing in the sense of like you don't follow the plot, but confusing in the sense of what I know what's happening here, but what's happening here? So it's great. It's so great. I love it so much. um, but yeah, Princess Tutu is a good series. So if anyone like wants to watch it, I definitely recommend watching it. It is a really cool series to watch, even if you know the spoilers, because I knew the spoilers when I watched it. Because when I was entering my like edgy teen phase and my anime phase, I like didn't want to watch the animes. I just wanted to watch the AMVs. Like I couldn't get my ADHD things, but I couldn't get my attention to focus on any series. So I would watch like Anime Kiss compilations. Sorry if I sounded horrible on the mic for a second there. I was trying to grab something off the floor. Um, but like I would watch those stupid videos of like top 10 anime kisses, and then I'd like go through and watch the anime only because I knew there'd be a kiss scene and I wanted context, I guess. I was a stupid little middle schooler freshman in high school. Um, and I watched AMVs. And one day I got an AMV for Princess Tutu. And it was so good. It was so juicy and so good and so nice. And I was like, oh, I gotta watch this. I gotta like watch this series. And so I started watching the series and then didn't finish it, but I knew what some of the stuff that happened was because I watched the AMV, and the AMV had spoilers from the end of the series in it. So obviously I had a general idea of what was going to happen. So when I finally watched it all the way through, I like kind of knew what was going to happen, and then I saw it and I was like, "Oh, that's what that is. Oh my god." So, you know, it's great. It's so good. It's so good. It's such a good series. And the AMV is so good still. Sometimes I still go and rewatch it. The song in it is the song in it it's not is it it's a French song. It's from like a French opera group, or like I think they're called the Mozart Opera or something. And I don't know anything else by them. I don't know anything else about them aside from that they sing that one song, and that one song has had me in an iron grip since I heard it that one time in that AMV. And I think it's C'est le bien qui fait mal. So it's the good thing that hurts is how it translates. And that was the song used in the AMV. And the entire song's in French. So I didn't know what it was saying at all. And then I like took French classes and I kind of knew how to translate some of it. But yeah, no, I don't know anything. I don't know what the song says aside from some of the lyrics that I looked up. I only know how to translate the title because that's how some people look up the song, is by looking up the good thing that hurts or whatever. Sorry, I need to drink some water. But yeah, so it's a really good series. It is a really good series. I will have to draw art for it at some point because it's so good. And it's just genuinely such a cool series, despite like whitewashing a character. Jesus Christ. And like I'm still confused by that because there's no other art of Rue where she is depicted as a woman of color. So I'm really confused. And like the TikTok artist that I mentioned earlier who makes Princess Tutu content draws Rue as a woman of color and has talked about that manga cover before. So I don't understand. I need to know who colored that manga cover, and then who who either ignored that Rue was supposed to be a woman of color, or who ignored that she wasn't a woman of color. I don't know, man. Like, and she would have been such a lovely design to have as a woman of color in the series, because she is such an elegant character in the story, and I love her so much. She's such a good character, and I just appreciate her so much within the like context of the story. But yeah, oh my god, I can't get over that. But yeah, now that my ramble about Princess Tutu is completed, the stream has gone on for like an hour, roughly an hour. So I think that I'll probably end the stream here. I like to keep my streams around an hour just for like my energy and the sake of my computer. So I have streamed longer. I like sometimes I stream an hour 30 and I tend to lean towards an hour 30, but I'm getting hungry and it's really, really hot right now. So I think I'm going to cool off and play more video games. Maybe I'll try to work on some stuff for uploading a YouTube video. Finally, that's not a VOD. But I'm gonna do all those things and then come back and stream again next week. Probably. I should stream next week. I'm pretty sure I stream next week. It'll be another busy day before I stream, but my Fridays tend to get busy because I go and I get a hormone shot, and then usually my grandma will want to run errands afterwards. And Fridays are like the one day that I don't have work at my like real life job schedule. So gonna go and cool down and maybe eat and maybe work on stuff to finally upload a YouTube video and update all of my things on every platform so that I finally have up-to-date content. So thank you all so much for joining, everyone, and I hope you had fun, and I hope you have a great afternoon. It was really good to see you, Anthrofiend. For the VOD, there will be a link to my Discord server in the description, and there will be a link to Anthrofiend's YouTube channel in the description as well. And I encourage everyone to check that out. Check both of those links out. Thank you very much. Thank you, Anthrofiend. You too. Goodbye, everyone. Have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.